What's up, guys and gals? Red Icing, finally back to talk about Persona 5. Sorry for my absence these past few weeks, but some of the reasons will be listed at the end for it. I'm still just very sorry. However, one of the reasons I haven't posted in a while is that while researching some of the theories that have come up, I might have accidentally debunked a lot of them. I say accidentally since I set out to prove some of them right. I will go through some of the theories and explain why they don't exactly factor into Persona 5. But that is not fun. So I will also make another video soon that lists some of the crackpot theories posted by fans that cannot be debunked or proven for the lack of information. Disclaimers need to be said for this video. I am not an expert on the subject, just a fan and a researcher. I may make a mistake, so please point out my mistakes so I can put a correction in the annotations. This theory series evolves over time, so be sure to check the date of the video. Last, but most important, the subjects described in this video are theories, and do not take them as concrete evidence. With the disclaimers said, let's look at how these theories almost made sense. The first theory that was accidentally debunked was the Enneagram of Personality theory. It made so much sense when you looked at it as a generalization, and I believe that was the point of the writers of Persona 5. Yes, it does cover personalities, and even includes sins and vices. But there is a huge problem when details are looked into. I looked at the classical, modern, sociological, and technical Enneagrams only to find that none of them truly fit the bill for Persona 5. I even spent a week trying to combine the different Enneagrams to see if, by Frankensteining them together, something would work. But even then, issues came up. After racking my head around it for a while, a realization hit me that honestly made me feel like an idiot. The Enneagram just covers 9 different characters for story writing. It can be loosely translated to distort any story with at least 9 characters in it. For instance, take your favorite book or TV show with at least 9 characters and you will see that not everything fits into any of the Enneagrams perfectly. Does this mean the Enneagram theory is debunked? Well, yes and no. For you see, a storyline can make its own Enneagram for the purpose of moving a story along and diversifying characters. However, Persona 5 seems to have made its own Enneagram for the purpose of its character's personality, and then trying to connect it to the boss. Why do I say this? Well, it is because of the relationship matrix within an Enneagram that allows for this. According to the established Enneagrams, the relationships don't match up when it comes to Persona 5. According to trailer and story evidence given to us, we know that Morgana has a closer relationship to the main character and Anne. But the Enneagrams do not line up in this way. For instance, why would Goro be closer related to the main character and Ryuji than any of the others in the group? No matter which way you line it up and switch things around, you will not get a perfect Enneagram. So it's safe to say Persona 5's party is very loosely based off the originals, and the writers prefer to create its own. Plus, we already have the Arcanas for this. I am a little disappointed that it didn't pan out the way theorists wanted. I will keep on researching it, seeing if there's something I missed. For now, we will move on to another theory that doesn't really make sense. The second debunked theory is the folktale theory. It's an old theory. It usually fits in with most of the Persona games. Persona 5 seems to be basing a lot of its secondary attributes to pre-World War II literature and folktales. It's one of the things I've been focusing on since it may detail which character will be Goro's persona. While we're on the subject, I will only touch on this for a sec, guys, really. His mask is similar to a plague doctor's mask, and his name is based off of Kogoro Akachi, a fictional detective and leading possibility for his evolved persona. So, do you see what I'm looking at? It doesn't line up theme-wise. Some commenters have suggested Dr. Sign, but then his mask would be a scarecrow mask. I know it's kind of close, crow, plague doctor mask, scarecrow, all of it together. It still doesn't make sense, and I'm still racking my head over it. If you have any ideas, leave them in the comments, as any thoughts can help on this subject. But anyways, back to the folk tales and legends theory. The basis of this theory is that all of the bosses will transform into a rendition of a folktale creature or a legendary creature. It worked at the start, but now is losing support. It made sense for the Lust boss, as his transformation into a satyr, most likely the satyr Silenus, could depict the mixture of lust and greed needed for this boss. The Sphinx boss also fit into the theory, as the tale of the Sphinx is widely known. The debunking comes from two bosses shown to us in the trailers: Madarame's transformation into a painting demon, and Okamura's difference from any old story tale. From this picture, we can see the eyes of the demonic form which Madarame transforms into. The closest folktale is a haunting story in which the pictures of a mansion fall around a new resident with their eyes, slowly driving him insane. However, this story is based around wrath, rather than the envy which we have attributed Madarame. The second boss is even worse, as it barely fits the story info from a folktale. The closest folktale for Okamura is the Judaic golem story, in which a man molds a golem out of clay to do his bidding, and it slowly starts to gain its freedom from its creator and cause problems. Insert plot for every robot apocalypse movie ever. Okamura's situation barely fits the confines of this, as we do not see the pawns gain their freedom from him from trailer evidence. In fact, we see more of a transformation of Okamura into one of his creations, and I've been looking for that everywhere, and I'm having trouble. If you've seen a story like that from old folksy tales, please tell me. The folktale theory was very skeptical at the start, but has some merit to it in some places. However, for now it is debunked. That's the end of this video, but I will have the next up shortly about some of the more interesting crackpot theories that have arisen amongst the community, and my collaborators as well. If you see a mistake of mine, please point it out in the comments so I can put a correction in the annotations. Also, if you have any questions, criticisms, or statements about the subjects, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you want me to reply to it, start it off with the word "read" and I will try to get back to you. Again, sorry for not posting these past few weeks, as my job has taken up more and more of the weekdays, way more than usual. And my weekends have been filled with get-togethers with old friends I haven't seen in years, and not to mention all the family events that want to take place at one time. In fact, in the upcoming weeks, I have 2 birthdays and a wedding to attend at different places around my home state. My family knows I'm a helpful guy, so they will probably be asking me to help set up the festivities, and I will probably take them up on that because whatever. Hopefully things will get back to normal and a sense of normalcy will return. Again, I cannot think of a closer, so goodbye.